What's up? Welcome back, or if you're new to the channel, I do Bible reviews, I do book reviews, and if you're interested in that, I always say go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But anyway, let's get into today's video. Today, I am showing you the Ultra Thinline Bible from Thomas Nelson. Actually, two of them. I had the NKJV and the KJV. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab them. Well, I actually have them grabbed right here. So here is the NKJV, here is the KJV. The NKJV is the brown leathersoft. The KJV that I have is the black leathersoft. If you do not know what leathersoft is, it's just a name for an imitation leather. These both come in a slip style box. So this is the box, and then Bible slips out the top here. Here's the back. Slowly glide through there. And I'll grab the KJV. Alright, so let's go ahead and slip these out. So here is the brown leathersoft. Looks really nice, feels good, a nice grippy texture, almost like a football. Probably not as grippy as a football, but you know, one hand catch, whoosh, Odell Beckham style. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue. So we have the cross in gold, and then we have Holy Bible stamped in the front. There is a perimeter stitching, as you can see, and then on the spine, look how thin that is, crazy. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 triple tooled lines. I don't know why it's focusing on my face, but let me move. There you go. And there's Holy Bible, cross, NKJV, and Thomas Nelson logo. You have one single red ribbon, and then on the back you do have an ISBN. So here is a look at the KJV. It's going to be similar style, except obviously it's in black. Let's see that. Just look at the spine. I should move my face. That's the issue. There you go. I'm messing up on the focus today. Sorry, guys. And then here is the ISBN on the back. They both have a gold gilding with nothing underneath. And again, that single red ribbon. Let's go ahead and get on the desk. So here are the two editions. You have the KJV, the NKJV again. Let me go ahead and get measurements for you. You're looking at 5 3/4 wide by, I'm just alternating for no reason, but by 8 3/4 tall. When you look at the spine of this Bible, it's coming in at a whopping 3/4 of an inch. Pretty crazy. Super thin. You might even say ultra. Okay, that was corny. Let's continue. Let's ignore what I just said, right? Let's pretend that never happened. So, when you open these up, you're going to have paper paste down liner. I'll grab the KJV to show a little bit of the differences in a moment. So, presentation page, title pages, copyright information. See, this is a new edition from Thomas Nelson, so made this year, printed in India. All right. And then here's the contents. Abbreviations, preface to the New King James Version, the Old Testament title page. So right here, you're going to see right off the gate the ghosting, right? Now, there's a couple of things they did to keep this Bible so thin. One of them is a thin paper, but not really that thin. Watch me, I can flip through these pages really easily and separate. You know, there's not like that, like, you know, like sometimes if you've, you know, handled really thin papered Bibles, you know what I'm talking about. You're just like fidgeting, you like can't get that page, you're like, oh my goodness. So I haven't really run into that issue much with this, so not really too thin of a paper. I don't know the exact GSM though, so I can't tell you. And then another thing they did is you can see, you know, the spacing between lines isn't a ton. This is an 8-point font. But if you look at it, slowly go over the text. I read out of this some and I didn't run into difficulty. It reads really nice. I don't have trouble seeing, so that is one thing. If you do, 8-point is on the smaller end, not super small, but you know, smaller end of the scale of text sizes. But yeah, it read really nicely. So you have your title at the top, book title. You have your section headings, big bold chapter numbers, and then this is paragraph formatting, 2-column, as you can see. And then another space saver, no footnotes. A good thing about this is that they didn't make the text run into the text. I mean, run into the text, really. Run into the gutter. So that's good to see that you don't have that issue. And then, what is another space saver here? Last one I was going to talk about anyway. Oh, actually, forgot to show you guys the running header. So you have book, chapter, verse, then the line separating the page number on both sides. And what I was going to show you is that they did this. Sorry. So, see, Genesis ends, Exodus starts right away. Some Bibles will leave that blank, start the next book on a following page. They did not do that, so that's another thing that they did to keep this thinner. Let's go ahead and look at the poetic setting. I'll get you a close-up. Verse numbers separated from the text on the outside. And I'm giving a nice close-up and going kind of slow because I've been told sometimes I rush it and I don't give a good view of the text. So I want to make sure I show you guys this in a good manner that is helpful. And I'll flip through a couple pages here. Now let's go to the New Testament. So here we are at the New Testament title page, followed by Matthew. You can see it is the same formatting, but now let's go ahead and show you that red letter I was talking about. So there's the red letter, right? With this red letter, it does have the verse numbers staying in black. So that's good, so at least it's not just all red, you know, the section headings stay black. I know red letter is something a lot of people either like or don't, but at least for being red letter, it's a good formatting. And also Thomas Nelson does a really good job, at least with this particular edition. And for the most part, from the Bibles I've seen from them, they do well at keeping the red letter consistent. You know, most red letters always do have some variation, but for the most part, this looks good. Okay, and then at the back, what do you get? Maps. Well, actually, you get a note paper. A little bit, which is surprising, right? Some dot matrix paper. Surprised they put that in there to not, like, save more space. Not that it's much, it's just a few pages. Like 3 or 4 pages there. Just says notes and page numbers. And then here you have a note regarding the type. Talking about how it's typeset by 2K Denmark. And then you have your maps. So let's go ahead and flip through here so you can see the maps. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is one map, so 6, 7. That end sheet, and that's it. And then if we grab the KJV, I'm not going to do like a complete run through like I did on that one, but I will show you like the difference, you know. Well, actually, I'll do these first few pages. Let's do that. So, has the same presentation page, title pages, Then you have a note regarding the type here in the beginning. Copyright info, also printed in India. And then when we get to the text, so let me flip through all these pages. Let's look at the formatting in Genesis. So, can you tell me what the difference is? I'm just kidding, I'm not I'm like, what am I talking like a learning channel? No, but the difference here you're going to see is that it is verse by verse. And that is the main difference, aside from it being, you know, a different translation. But as far as formatting goes, you got that verse by verse format. So if I go ahead and show Psalms as well, it's not in the same type poetic setting as the New King James either. So it's going to look like that. And then you do still have red letter in the New Testament. And then you're going to have those same maps in the back on a semi-gloss paper. There you have it, the ultra thin line Bibles from Thomas Nelson. These two are very nice particular editions, nice and unique with that super thin format as well as being in that personal sized with the 8-point font. It's a really nice all-around Bible. If that's something you're looking for, check them out. I'm going to have a link in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.